Hello. Most of you who've been watching my channel long term will know that I get especially upset about insults and injuries to children. And so I got especially upset about this. I'm going to be talking to you about it. It says here, child prodigy rejected by Oxford after exam board lost his A-level paper. There's a whole load of stuff in there that's far more complicated than that headline would suggest. So first, I'm going to tell you I'm granniopteryx. I'm on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. I'm also on Twitter and Gab, and that's where I'll let you know when I've uploaded a new video. Please like this video, please share it, please subscribe to my channel. If you're on YouTube, remember, click the notification button or you won't get notifications. What else? Yes, you can also donate. All the links are in the description. Right, let's talk about this kid here, Jack Graham. He sat his GCSEs at the age of 8. But has been denied a spot at the top university after he had to accept a lower predicted grade. And this is how it happened. He'd been given a conditional offer to study maths at Lincoln College this year based on getting an A star in maths. But after sitting his A-level in May, the OCR exam board mislaid one of his papers and gave him a predicted grade of an A rather than the A star he needed. Now, the first thing I have to talk about is losing somebody's exam paper. I don't see how that can happen. I honestly don't see how that happens. I believe if an exam paper goes missing, the only thing I can think of, the only reason I can think of is malice. An examiner just looking at a brilliant exam paper and just losing it. Out of simple jealousy. That is something that should be investigated. I'm not saying I know for a fact that's what happened, but I don't see how an exam paper can otherwise be lost. And if it is lost, the opportunity to retake the exam should be immediately offered to the victim of this loss. The fact that they don't do that suggests that they're not that particularly bothered if some of their examiners happen to be dishonest. Or if they're just inefficient and careless and manage to lose stacks of papers. I honestly don't see how that's possible. The board created a calculation based on an average of his tests and other criteria. I don't know what the other criteria are, but I have a suspicion. According to Andy Graham, Jack's father. Without an A star grade, Jack failed to meet his offer criteria for Oxford and was rejected. This is a kid who passed the GCSE when he was 8 years old. Rejected from Oxford. Now, I happen to know that if an Oxford college really wants a student, they will get that student. They will arrange for supplementary exams. They will talk about extenuating circumstances. I mean, if somebody nabs your GCSE paper, I just had another thought. I don't know if it's possible to change the name on a GCSE paper and give it to someone else. I would like to know if somebody actually, if somebody knows anything about that. That's a possibility, isn't it? Anyway, if what's the name? Which college was it? Lincoln College. If they really wanted him, if they thought he was going to be an asset to their college, which undoubtedly he is, then they would have found a way to get him into that college. Possibly on a year's probationary, subject to him getting a GCSE, the A-level the following year or whatever. Whatever. There are always ways. The fact that they did not, the fact that OCR did not accept responsibility for this in the way they should, the fact that Lincoln College decided to reject this pupil, who is obviously an asset to the academic life of our entire country, makes me suspicious. I'm sorry. I know I'm old, and I know that therefore people think I'm into conspiracies all the time. But if you look at my canon of work, you will see I am very anti-conspiracy. But I'll bet you those Asian students in Harvard who got, not in Harvard, who got rejected from Harvard weren't thinking of conspiracies either. And oh, what do you know? It turned out to be a conspiracy. So, yes, I am suspicious that this might have something to do with the way that kid looks. Yes, I am suspicious. When I first heard that the exam board had lost one of my papers, I wasn't concerned because I thought my previous results, including a GCE at the age of 8, were good enough to be awarded an A star, and I know things like that happen all the time. Well, they shouldn't happen all the time, and I don't think actually that they do happen all the time. And then the poor kid, I'm not so sure how much of a genius he was. It said he wanted to attend Lincoln College like Rishi Sunak, who's known for his advocacy of maths as a subject. Oh, well, anyone who wants to be like Rishi Sunak, you wonder. So he's going to the University of Warwick, which is a very good university, an excellent university, but it's not Oxford and Cambridge, and he will bear that through the rest of his life. This is a humiliation for him. No, humiliation's the wrong word. That's not a humiliation. That's a spiteful act. Yeah, because of that spiteful act, and because he knows it's a spiteful act, this is going to have an effect on the rest of his life. So a spokesman for OCR said, the result we issued is fair. Yeah, says the spokesman for OCR, and based on a thorough review of the evidence, including from the students' other exams and how others performed. He's not others. All exam boards use this nationally agreed approach for the rare case where students are unable to sit an exam or when papers go missing. So he says it's a rare case. Poor old Jack says it happens all the time. Where does he say that? Well, he said it somewhere here. No, it doesn't happen all the time. Yeah, like things like this happen all the time. No, they don't. Things like something else happen all the time, though. I'm really angry about this. Universities decide whether to make exceptions when admitting students. We wish Jack all the best with his studies. Oh, I could strangle that fellow. We wish Jack all the best with his studies. Don't bother me, I've got a nice office. Universities decide whether to make exceptions when admitting students. Yes, they do. Why didn't Lincoln College make an exception? I'm having trouble wondering why, actually. All right, till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the granniopteryx design or Granbo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.granniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share, share, share.